a couple of trades, one on Qs and one on SPY, very quick in and out type of morning. These types of markets, when we are trying to understand whether it is an actual bounce or a dead cat bounce. And I talked about this yesterday, and my assumption was correct that this was a dead cat as it stands right now. It did sell off, and it does look like we are gapping down after hours. So because we hit that 10%, obviously from highs on SPY all the way down 10%, which is a correction territory. As soon as it hit that pre-market, it started coming up. And this was the other day, 2 days ago. And basically now it's pretty apparent that this was a dead cat bounce. So you're going to have shorts paying themselves, which creates that bounce. It creates buying pressure, plus people buying the dip, so to speak. And now the profit taking is over on those shorts, and now it is just increased selling pressure, which basically makes the action come down. So let's get into these charts and let's go over the trades that I took. First up on Qs, I'm going to get zoomed in so then you can see these. For those of you that don't know, I always like to start with my trade entries all the way backed out, so then you can see that that's the only trade that I've taken. I've seen a lot of people out there, they'll zoom right in on their entries and post those. And it's like, I don't know about that. How do I know if you're trading out of like a demo account and you're trading a million times and just picking that right time? I've seen that happen far too many times out there, and people have gotten busted. So that's why I just like to show you guys the full chart for full transparency. So on Qs came up first thing this morning, came within striking distance of a level. It came right into this area to start in, right in the area of the previous day's high. So that's my area that I'm going to want to start in. So started in short on that by buying puts, and just simply paid myself on the wash back down to this pre-market high level, which is a perfect natural level. So absolutely beautiful trade. Stopped out the rest. Could have continued to just work this trade. That's fine. But locking in $3,850 on that trade, that's good enough for, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes worth of work. I'll take it. So that was Qs. And now SPY, something very similar. As we started coming up, racing up into levels, and essentially this 100 SMA, along with previous day's highs, along with this day's lows, along with pre-market high area. There is a lot of protection there, guys, a lot. And it's such a great shorting opportunity when you see this. Now, it may not last forever because there are areas that it can hold immediately, which it did. It held pre-market highs because it blasted through, pulled back, held those highs. So I'm going to get out on that. Now, again, there was a way that we could have got involved with this, and I'll show you where I told members to get involved with it. So right in, I don't have my drawing tool on this because it's not on, but basically right here, there was another shorting opportunity. When it slices through that, pops back up, bumps its head, there was a nice 1.5, almost 0.75 on the table there. And then you continuously watch it. And then it ended up doing the exact same move later. It got above, pulled back, popped up, sold off, sliced through, retraced, bumped its head. And that's where it finally continued to sell off. So these are ways, and this is why it's about being an incremental trader at the moment. When we're dealing with markets like this, we don't know the direction that it's going to go in. Anybody that tells you the direction is full of shit. They don't know, because it's very easy for it to bounce and retrace or continue to sell off. So, and this is what I call a transitionary market. Transitionary markets need to be handled a different way. It's not like a regular market. And because of the nature of this market for the past year and a half, we have been in almost like a perpetual transitionary market. And when that happens, you really have to tighten up your trading. And it's not trading scared. Fuck all that shit. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with just being cautious and taking that risk mindset, understanding that risk and kind of tightening up that risk. That's your friend right now. And it depends. It can last, it can go longer. It can go another year and a half, but that's fine. Because locking in $1,750 on SPY and $3,850 on Qs, all within the first 15 minutes of the market open, I'm going to take that. Because after that, after these trades that we took, after that, we were going over such a great lesson live on screen share, dealing with a member that was having some issues, helping them get over their hurdles, which wasn't more so a technical issue. It's more of an emotional attachment to emotion and mindset issue. And these are the types of issues that traders really need to start working on, because they'll work on technical stuff, entry stuff. And yeah, of course, that's important. But it's even more important to start working on yourself and really diving into why you do the things that you do. Why do you make the mistakes that you make, right? And if people would take the time to stop and think and just like kind of move inwards and start thinking about how they may be looking at things, the stresses in their life, what is causing them chaos in their life, they'll get to the bottom of it. And some things you're not able to control, and that's fine. That's life. But there are things that we can control. And sometimes even just bringing them to the surface and thinking about them and talking about them and writing them down is going to help. And it's one thing that's just like, it's so overlooked. I rarely hear anyone actually discussing mentality, mindset, and they'll talk about it about a really elementary perspective, and they'll only come with more problems, never any solutions. But that's what makes us different. We come with solutions with that. And we give our traders exercises that they can go through. So on that note, folks, I'm going to wrap this up. If you want to become a consistent and professional trader, come to tricktrades.com. And if not, enjoy all the free content that's on the YouTube channel. Adios, folks.